Chief, there is this other issue also, the national issue, not necessarily the DP. There are people who are talking about protest voting. Personally, with your experience, what do you think about protest vote?
I thank you very much. A protest vote is not illegal. You get?
Yes.
But what is a protest vote? A protest vote is used to show government that we are not happy. And how does a protest vote operate? You go to the polling station. You first of all must be a registered voter. You go to the polling station. You are given the ballot. What's your name?
Kasim.
You.
Kasim Sematimba.
Kasim Sematimba. Yours, you were the candidates, Kennedy Mutenyo. Then you just fold it without marking it. You put it in the ballot paper. Over, you get a pen. No isamula in over, you say none of the above. In other words, you spoil the vote. Then you put it in there. So when they are counting, it is one of the ballot papers that has been cast.
Yes.
But it is invalid.
Yeah.
You get?
Yes.
Then government, a responsive government will say, the people here must be very unhappy. Then they will use government machinery. Okubuza abantu benakulabye wano bali ntuma road. What is wrong? That is a protest vote. What Noop is explaining today is not a protest vote. Whereas the NRM is telling people go and register mulonde. Noop by protest vote is telling people to mulonda. So bakolerani, who will win? The NRM will win. That, go and Google.
Yes.
These days we are modern.
Yes.
Go and Google. What but Noop is explaining to get a protest vote. That is not a protest vote.
It's a contradiction.
Yes, it's a contradiction. And that's why I'm also opposed to them calling their people foot soldiers. Because a human being does not use his feet to think. They use their head. They use their head.
Yes.
They must be smarter.
Are you a woman with a small-scale business with a dream of growing it to another level? The GROW Project is here to support you in realizing your dream.
The GROW Project is a government initiative implemented by the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development and Private Sector Foundation Uganda with support from the World Bank.
We support women-owned businesses across the country to gain hands-on and business management skills through training within your location, business financing through grants and affordable loans, and infrastructure in your areas of operation to enable you to increase your productivity.
If you have a business that makes sales of up to 800,000 Uganda shillings per month, the GROW Project has the tools and resources to help you succeed. For more information, contact your district or city GROW focal person or call our toll-free line on 0800 307 777 to learn more about how you can benefit from the GROW Project's services.
The GROW Project, empowering women economically, transforming communities.
Kyagulanyi is my friend, personal friend. If you want a disciplined musician in this country, Bobi Wine is one of them.
Yes.
Because I used to give him business in Coca-Cola.
To sponsor his events.
With Bobi Wine that I have an event in Masaka at 3 p.m. Bobi Wine will call you at 2 p.m. And I'm talking of Bobi Wine. The Robert Kyagulanyi simutege. He will call you at 2. Kennedy, onjagala sawa mmeka. Sawa mwenda. 2:45. Bobi Wine will call you again. Ku stage ninyako sawa mmeka. Ajja kulinya ayimbe namwe mugire. Coca-Cola yampanga milioni zange nenziteeka mu nsawo. Nembagamba omuyimbi mundekere. Nga ndeeta Bobi Wine yekka. I am their friend.
Yeah.
Eddie Yahweh is my friend Olwafigo. Yaliko ne candidate wa for what
Central Division.
Eddie Yahweh njagala okomera mu DP. Mwanyina Irene Kayemba. Twali tukola naye mu Coca-Cola. Those are the people I know.
Yeah.
But there are people who are using Bobi Wine's popularity, Kyagulanyi's popularity, okumutomeza. Yes. Let him stand up and say this is wrong, this is right. So what they are explaining is not the protest vote.
And you think it's likely to be counterproductive?
It will only confuse them. When we were in Kawempe, only 17,000 people voted.
Okay.
Is it 17? About 18,000. 13-14%. People stayed at home. But friends, muleke kukola kino. Kuba Bobi Wine oyo yakiyimbako mu luyimba lwe nnyimba ze nzaagala. Amusanga ndeeba zaani. N'agamba bw'oba olina ky'otaddemu olaba emmundu n'ogiyita fimbo. Therefore, begendereze.
Are you a woman with a small-scale business with a dream of growing it to another level? The GROW Project is here to support you in realizing your dream.
The GROW Project is a government initiative implemented by the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development and Private Sector Foundation Uganda with support from the World Bank.
We support women-owned businesses across the country to gain hands-on and business management skills through training within your location, business financing through grants and affordable loans, and infrastructure in your areas of operation to enable you to increase your productivity.
If you have a business that makes sales of up to 800,000 Uganda shillings per month, the GROW Project has the tools and resources to help you succeed. For more information, contact your district or city GROW focal person or call our toll-free line on 0800 307 777 to learn more about how you can benefit from the GROW Project's services.
The GROW Project, empowering women economically, transforming communities.
Kuba Bobi Wine oyo yakiyimbako mu luyimba lwe nnyimba ze nzaagala. Amusanga ndeeba zaani. N'agamba bw'oba olina ky'otaddemu olaba emmundu n'ogiyita fimbo. Therefore, begendereze. Njagala na kubawa amagezi. Etteeka lino erya UPDF eryayise si ddungi. Bwe liba nga si ddungi, tukwatagane ffenna. Tulitwale mu kooti. Tuleme kukwata baana baffe kubateeka ku nguudo. Bano abasajja tebazannya, bajja bakwata babayingiza amakomera, babateekeko ebisangosango, mu abakulu babavuge mu mmotoka babazeeyo wammwe. Olwaleero bwe tuteekawo okulonda, Eddi Mutu ayinza okulonda? Tasobola kubanga ali mukomera. Mwewala abasajja bano, mwewugule. Tebakugamba that there is a lion there and you say I'm brave, I'll pass there. Until courts throw out, because I believe courts will throw out that law. So as of now, mwegendereze engato ezo ezimu ze mubadde mwambala. Timbaland si ngato y'amagye, naye musooke mubiteeke ebbali. Mukole ebyobufuzi. Ne court, then to be tell.
Naye omusajja ono Bobi, this gentleman called Bobi Wine, your old friend, do you still hear from each other?
Yes.
When did you last?
Yes. I talk to them when I get time. I even talked to his sister
Irene.
I've not talked to Eddie away for some time.
Okay.
But when tuba tunyenya mu dongo, we know each other. Luckily enough, Robert Kyagulanyi oba Bobi Wine mumanyi personally, Mpuuga mumanyi personally, Mabike mumanyi personally, Amuli atisimmanyi personally, naye Nandala mumanyi personally. Yeah.
Kati Mr. Kyagulanyi, what do you think he needs to do in order to become a better leader?
One, let him work with his colleagues in other parties. Let them use the position of leader of opposition to unite.
Yeah, to reach out.
To say, you are either you follow what we are saying or we don't. If you have a position, don't use the MPs in parliament because Lulume represents Bukoto South. Sebamala represents, Lulube represents Buikwe South. Sebamala represents Bukoto South.
Central.
Bukoto Central. Okelo represents that constituency in the north. Peter Okot represents Toch. Seba Rutamaguzi represents Nakaseke. And Rumo represents Mityana South. They are on DP tickets, but unlike other countries, they don't represent DP, but they are members of DP.
Okay.
The official representative of DP. The constitution of DP says the president of the party is the chief executive and chief spokesperson.
Yes.
Come and come to the party. Talk, we agree. Let us leave those things that don't put us together. But we converge on things that put us together. Let us all put Uganda first. Okubero, and if you are NUP, you are not an enemy. If you are DP, you are not an enemy. If you are NRM, you are not an enemy. If you are FDC or PFF, you are not. Don't say, I cannot talk to this one. Today, you cannot talk about the future of Uganda without involving President Museveni. Because there is something he's doing. Bw'aba asobodde okutuvuga for 40 years. Then if babuze 40 years tuliki.
But if he is, do you find him good intentioned?
Who?
The good faith, the president who has led for 40 years.
Let me answer like this. The DP NRM cooperation agreement is the first agreement President Museveni has signed with civilians. The rest have been with the Moses Ali, with the who. The other group that is not a political party or an army outfit is the Kingdom of Buganda. Singa Buganda teyakkiriza kuteesa na President Museveni, ebyaffe ebitono bibalinawo bandi bifunye, twandibadde tulina kabaka yeetulidde entende. Therefore, one of our, we believe, our theme in our National Council in Soroti was, we don't believe in political untouchability. We believe in constructive engagement. Tetujja kutya kuteesa naawe, but we shall not fear negotiating with you, but we shall not negotiate out of fear.
Yes.
And I can assure you, post 2026, the politics of Uganda will be based on negotiations. Sikalulu.
Okay.
Sikalulu. In Kenya, let me give you this. You know the leader of opposition in Kenya, Raila Odinga. His party, Vice President we, Babiri, likely for Paranyane Ali Hassan Joho, are ministers in the government led by Ruto. The former national chairman, John Mbadi, is a minister in the finance of government of Kenya. Opio Andai, he was the former Senyonyi of Kenya. He is in government. In Rwanda, when one party wins the presidency, the second one takes the speakership.
Kenny, doesn't that show lack of principle?
It is not principle. For example,
opportunism.
You agree. No. You agree on a minimum working program. Because mwenna muli banna Uganda, you are working for Uganda. You surely cannot fail to agree. Yes, we need to talk. We need to dialogue. We need to negotiate. Era bagamba amanyi g'olujegere gali muki?
Gemanyi. Obugonvu bw'olujegere gemanyi, yes. Kati, the other thing I have always wanted to ask a DP leader, this cooperation agreement, what do you think General Museveni was under pressure? What was he trying to achieve doing it with the DP and not another party?
First of all,
were you a threat to him more than anybody else?
First of all, according to Norbert Mao, when President Museveni was forming government, he called Norbert Mao. Come and join my cabinet, I'm forming it. He said, let me consult. How much time do you need? President Norbert Mao answered. In a management meeting which sits every Wednesday here, Norbert Mao presented it to us. He called MPs at Hotel Africana, and Honorable Richard Lumu was given Norbert's phone to read the cooperation agreement.
The drafting.
In Gulu the other day, it was received as a working document. So, that cooperation agreement was drafted by Norbert Mao for the good of Uganda. Because wachibuzizapo tebayiga bayiga that Semogere had an unwritten contract. This one is written. And the contract says, DP, you can disagree with NRM, It says it is for this Tisanja. When we want, we shall sit, renegotiate and renew it. Buganda, you have heard of the Buganda Agreement of 1990. You have heard of Lancaster House. You have heard of the Moshi Agreement. You have heard of all those things. It is negotiations. But because people mislead, nange nyinza okugamba nti twakola kimala kusomesa bantu
about the agreement.
Naye buli gwogibulira, buli gwogisindikira to read it, he says, I didn't know.
Don't you think it would have been more beneficial if it had happened earlier? Maybe 10 years ago.
10 years ago was 2015. I've told you that in 71, Ben Chwanuka negotiated with the American government. In 1980, we were in Moshi spirit. The UNLF.
Yes.
In 1986, 85 first of all,
the
we
junta
sat down with Rutwa. In 86, with this president. So, negotiations and dialogue are part of DP's DNA.
Now, as we finish, this is the very last question, Chief. Is it possible that parties can ever come together, maybe say, and have one joint presidential candidate?
If you ask me personally, I don't believe in that. It is a wrong assessment of the politics. NRM and Museveni are not declared winners because we have very many candidates. Therefore, if we don't find the right problem, we will not find the right medicine.
So having a joint candidate does not strengthen your position?
Okay. DP was formed in 1954. UPC 1960. These others are recent. If they wanted to work together, why did they not join bano bebasangawo? You want to work together, you find a house here and you say, let me build mine there.
You never know the joint.
Then you say, nze nga ndi muli naawe oli muno tukolagane. Then we can sit.
But it's possible that joint candidate can be nobody Mao.
No. That is not being, I'm not personal about it. What I am saying, are you telling me these parties are the same?
Not quite.
I've told you today, DP has 4 presidential candidates for the party. FDC has 2. NRM has 1. NUP has 1.
They are likely to have, they have just opened their exercise.
Which one?
Nominations.
Which one?
Then NUP. People might come up, you know.
Okay, but now,
though we know the winner.
Others who are competing, at least 2 of the 4, started talking about it long ago.
Yeah.
So we are different.
Different, yes.
We are different. But what we can do is to say, when we come to Rubaga South, DP, Molina candidate,
yes.
NUP Molina,
yes.
NRM Molina, who do you think? Because DP is not about removing the NRM. No, that's not our business. So Museveni bwavaako kati ngolwo ebizibu bya Uganda biwedde. We are not a regime change party.
So the regime change is not a good thing.
No. What I'm saying, si kye kizibu kyaffe. Let me ask. Abantu, is it the NRM ereeta entalo mu bibiina by'obufuzi?
I think
it is abantu abali mu bibiina by'obufuzi abakkiriza okugulibwa. It is not the NRM. The NRM is like somebody with his money. He picks which girl he wants to take.
It's
if he believes in those things.
Christmas of the Ugandan politics.
Uganda's problem is not Yoweri Museveni. Because after 40 years, there is Museveni the man, Museveni the system, Museveni the belief. Nobody Mao normally asks you and says, bwetutya kumakya nga Museveni tazukusenga papa. What happens? The country stops. Oba ebizibu nga bigwawo.
God forbid.
If Museveni got off today, would the roads be right? Would you be able to take your children to school? would you be able to find medicine in hospital? So the problem of Uganda is Ugandans sitting together and we put Uganda first, not ourselves first.
Is DP going to have a candidate for president?
Very good question. Under the DP constitution, the delegates conference, your primary president, whoever is elected party president automatically becomes the presidential candidate for the party in the national elections.
Yes.
And I have been here and I've heard Norbert Mao, for example, say he wants that. And the others. Yes. Yes.
Do you have the resources? You know, it's a logistical thing.
We have the mind. We have the brains.
Mr.
We
Ken.
have the capacity.
Yes.
We have the will. We have the zeal. We have the membership. Today, we are registering members Kansembe Yokan. Buli kyalo. Executive eriko abantu 100. Uganda erina ebyalo emitwalo 7. Ekitegeeza abo bokka abali ku bukiiko bwa DP mu byalo ku byalo bwe bakubira DP candidate akalulu tufuna miliyoni 1.5.
Eyo eba ntono nnyo.
Si ntono. Si ntono. Ate 1.5
abanga wa kusatu.
Genuine. Naye ekibiina ky'obufuzi bamemba baakyo si be bakitwala mu buyinza ne batali bamemba bakironda. So have the best programs. Today no political party has better programs for this country than the Democratic Party.
Now, does DP believe in political rallies? It's many years since I last saw a DP rally.
In 2001, you can't say those are many years. No, but Mao had rallies. But do you also know that most of the rallies abantu basomba basombe nadala NRM nenu basomba nambi bwe yabasomba juze Kawempe yawangula yafuna kanana koka naye abantu abajja ku nomination ye bali baliza mu kanana.
So it can be deceptive.
Walaba proud ezali ekisoro. NRM teyaweza manya nupu teyaweza na 10 naye nga rale zaberanga ko bameka. Ekyo kyekitegeeza brain power.
Naye DP nga yakubye olukungana eyinza okufuna abantu mukama wange eyinza okubanga emaze okumanya nti tebajja kujjayo.
Kakati kikiri nkubuulidde buli kibiina kirina strategy yakyo.
Yes.
Naye okimanyi like in Kampala here we wave ekigambo kakuyege. Kakuyege kategeeza door to door. Kategeeza rally.
Ate katandikira mu DP.
The majority of people you talk to at a political rally siba mu kitundu ekyo. Kyova olaba nti kumpi abantu abawasemogera obululu mu 96.
Yes.
Bebawa Besigye. Bebawadde Bobi Wine. They are shifting like this.
Naye lwalo manyere it brings momentum, it re-energizes the base.
Momentum kugambe ekisoro.
The vibe.
Gundi yafuna teyaweza 10 yafuna 93.
Yes. A candidate.
Eyo momentum yalagawa. No.
Tata tweyanze nnyo tweyanze. Thank you very much.